factors are crucial to parents-in-law and to the people who are getting married. You just have to know each other to an extent. Most of the time, nowadays, uh, people don't know themselves. They don't know, they just see in church and think that is the end. Every individual goes beyond a public life. There's a private life. That private life is what we need to know about, your individual differences. How do you react to something that displeases you? How were you brought up? Upbringing is very important. Yes, everybody's upbringing should be respected. Somebody will be able to cope with that. If you can cope, yes. If not, it is very important that you step back
Thank
at a
you, ma.
point.
Thank you, ma. Daddy, uh, please, sir, as a young man or a young lady, how do you know whether your would-be in-law would like you?
Thank you. Just as a point of introduction, I would say that probably I didn't know that I was going to pair with Mrs. Ande Andrew. If the moderator had told me, probably I should have requested that this service be held in my house or Mr. Ade Andrew's house. But now that we're already in the church, let us go ahead. And as for the question, whether it's a young man as a young lady, I will answer as a young man, since I was never a young lady. How do you know whether your would-be in-laws respect you or are receptive to you? You know, the reception given to you in the first instance, or if I say to me, tells me whether I am liked in the family or whether I'm not wanted. You go to the house of your would-be wife, the mother frowns, you say, where is so and so? You say, I don't know. You say, The next thing she tells you is, go and look for her now if you know where she is. Or you greet your prospective daddy-in-law, good morning. Then, good morning. What do you want? What do you want? Then you know that something is fishy. It does not mean actually that this first reception will drive a dogged suitor away, but he begins to tell you that you have to work very hard, that something is amiss. So you should know, or you come to ask, is she in? Nobody answers you. Or you knock at the door. As soon as they see your face, they say, you again. Then you know there is trouble. The likeness may not be there. Although, maybe when you dig in and persist, there may be a change. But the initial reaction sends a very strong signal. Secondly, the cordiality and warmth and the affection in their discussion with me. If they receive me and I enter into the house, probably I have to sit. Daddy, how are you? This thing is happening. This in the condition in the country now, how is it affecting you, sir? Say, I don't know, it's not affecting me. You say, Mommy, the market yesterday was so and so. Did you say well? He said, this is are you a marketer? Have you come to discuss market with me? You know, they are not receptive. They don't want to open up. They don't want to draw you into themselves. They just want to be some distance between you and them, so you begin to know that something is fishy. Their interest in my education in my career, in my family, is an indication that they like me. As soon as I come, not only asking, how are you, young man? They say, how? How is your daddy? How is your mommy? I heard that this thing happened, this thing. All right, I congratulate your family for that. Or I'm sorry if it is something negative. And you draw in, they said, how is your education? Where do you school? What are you doing? How is this? And your job. I hear that you are this, and they are interested in you, interested in your family, interested in your education, interested in your career. By this time, there is encouragement that they like you. And my last point on this thing is their respect for my family. Their respect for my family. Once we've gone into discussion, you will know actually whether they respect your family or not. They will ask, oh, there must be that data. Your family, oh, your father, oh, your mother, or this. If they don't know them personally, and you tell them, my father is this, my mother is this, and they appreciate it, they say, oh, your father was a great hunter, or he was a great farmer, or your father, I heard that he was a judge in The Hague. And they call, and by that time, I understand, I heard that he gave many resounding judgments in the court and so on and so forth. Then, they respect your family. Once you have this indication that they respect you and they respect your family, I think you should know that there is some likeness for you in the family.
Thank you, Daddy. God bless you, sir. Thank you. My next question goes to Mommy Adeyonju. What should a young man or a young lady look out for in a family if he or she is to date their son or their daughter?
Praise the Lord. I have about 4 points here, but I know there are so many points. The first thing a young man or a young lady should look for in a family is the family background. The background in the family, which includes their religion. Is it, if you are a Christian, is it a Christian family? Some preachers will even argue that don't cross denominational boundaries these days, although that may be going too far. But it helps a lot. It helps a lot. The background, especially the religious background. The background should not be completely different from yours. If you are from a rich family, I will advise that you look for a moderately rich family. It helps so that you won't be looked. It won't appear as if the person is looking for your wealth. If the family is moderately okay, you look for it. The same thing if somebody is from a poor family. Don't be attracted by people's wealth. Yes, don't be attracted by their wealth to the extent that you will now be looking. They will think that it is their wealth. You are a gold digger. That is what, and they may not treat you well. So you look at the family background. Let it be very as close as possible to yours, especially in terms of religion. Another, then something about polygamous. If somebody is from a polygamous family, there's nothing you can do about it. But when you are looking out for a spouse, you can as well look out for somebody from that background too, because it helps a lot. Somebody from the other family many things may be strange, and they may cause problems. Although those are not rules, they are just suggestions. Another thing, you look out for the age. Is very important. In Africa, we normally advocate that the husband should be older than the wife. Well, some people are saying it does not matter, but by the time somebody goes into marriage, age matters. So you look out for that. The next thing is education. You need to look at the educational background of the person you want to marry. you need to look at. You cannot be educated and go and marry a complete illiterate. It may not work. Unless even before you will bring the person up to your standard, your family members will be saying that, look at that, look, and so many other things. So you look out for that, unless of course you want to roughen it like that. And the last thing I have here is something like the genotype, which is very important. If somebody is AS, you are AS, she's AS, no matter the love, you may back out when you discover. And you should discover this as early as possible in the relationship. Don't allow the relationship to grow before you go and find out. These are not, this is not the time. You just say you will realize it. It is wrong. So these are some of the things. I know there are still other things.
Thank you, Mommy. God bless you. Daddy, sir, this question goes to you. So I will allow Mommy to contribute a little bit, but I'm just giving. What are some basic rules those in relationships or couples must observe relating to their in-laws to help make their relationship and marriage happy? The rules that they have to observe in order to make their relationship happy.
Love your in-laws as you love members of your family. I think it has been hammered by one of us on the pulpit here and the moderator. You must love your in-laws as members of your family, you know. And when I say love, you love and respect, you know. It is said, it is a common axiom that do unto others as you want others to do unto you. If you know you are not going to send your mother or your father out when they come into your house, do not do same to your mother and your father-in-law. If you know you are not going to send your nephews and your nieces out of your house when it is raining, do not do same to your cousins, to your in-laws. Again, you should be generous and helpful to the best of your ability. Be generous and helpful to the best of your ability. You see, when your in-laws make requests of you, let them know the extent you can help. First of all, show interest in their problems. Show interest in whatever problem they bring to you. And it is not only a problem. If there is success, rejoice with them, and you find that everything will go fine. Again, treat your in-laws as you want to be treated, and as you want, you will treat members of your in-law, of your family. Treat your wife well, and let the evidence be seen. One of the basic rules. You know, it's not only this. Treat your wife well and let the evidence be seen. By the time, it's very common in our society, by the time you go to your in-law's house, they see your wife. They look and say, in-law. Now, wow, you're holding our daughter well, though. If you want another wife, we can give you 2.5 more. You know you are doing well. But by the time they look at your wife and the mother, you can see the expression on her face, your mother-in-law, you as sisters, in-laws, and brother, you look at it, and your mother-in-law beckons to the wife, come inside. That is how they do it. Come inside. Is he beating you? Does he feed you? Then you know that there is problem. So always make sure, too, that you treat your wife well, because if you treat your wife well, you don't have of the problem. Well, you have solved half of the problem. By the time you go to your father and mother-in-law, they see your wife, they are joyous, then they are joyous with you also.
Thank you, Daddy. God bless you. Mommy, the same question also goes to you. What are some basic rules those in relationship or couple must observe in relating with their in-laws to help make their relationship or marriage happy, ma?
Thank you. I have about 6. Let me quickly go through them. It is advisable for that mother or father-in-law should not live permanently with the couple. That should be rule number 1. Father-in-law, mother-in-law, don't let them live permanently with you. Although there may be exceptions, but as much as possible, please let us avoid this. Number 2, respect on both sides. Husbands, respect wives' people, and wives, respect your husband's people. It is very, very important. C, number 3, be very considerate of your in-laws' culture, beliefs, and views. Your in-laws' culture is very important. You cannot say you will change them. They are too old in that culture, in that views. You cannot change them. Be very considerate. If you have married them, you may, for example, if you are married into a Muslim family and your wife has changed, just remember that she's from that background. You must be considerate of their beliefs. Number 4, seek for peace at all costs with your in-laws. Peace. Some in-laws are impossible. Yes, some brothers-in-law, sisters-in-law, especially sisters-in-law, in most cases, the elder ones, they may be impossible.